So for me, role models or women that inspire me are women who have really battled against the odds to achieve something, whether they've got children or they've been caring for sick parents or, you know, the day-to-day stuff.
There's my wife, of course, that's been a pillar of strength.
Talk about the Prophet, peace be upon him's wife, Khadija, how she was there to support him and how much of an influence she had over him.
There's lots of women that inspire me, actually. Florence Nightingale, for one. Benazir Bhutto.
Oprah Winfrey.
A lady by the name of Noor Inayat Khan. And she was someone that was from a Sufi background. And she was living in France in the 1920s. And when the Second World War broke out, she left France and came to Britain. And she enrolled as a wireless operator. And then she was sent out to France to really relay messages of what the Nazis were doing in France when they'd occupied it.
Female role models, definitely my mother's mother and my mum herself. Amazing women, strong women.
Oh, mainly my mum. She's what most people would look at as an ordinary housewife and mum, but the fact that she's dedicated her life to us, her children, also seeing the challenges that she went through, having come from a totally different country, having to learn the language.
Aisha, and how she was respected enough within the community at the time to lead a battle of thousands of men.
Fatima, who's the Prophet's youngest daughter, and I feel quite inspired by her. I can imagine she was quite feisty and was quite emotional and get really would feel really moved about situations and want to take action, and then had to really calm herself down and become quite diplomatic. And I feel myself going through those emotions a lot of the time.
We have very strong examples throughout Muslim history. I just feel sad that sometimes we're good at looking back and talking about 1400 years ago Muslim women had rights, but I think some of those rights have got lost along the way, and we don't see as much practice as rhetoric within our own communities.
When I'm actually speaking and share the same platform as Salma Yaqub, I'm really honoured, because I would at one point look up to her thinking, wow, and I still do, and now I share the same platform as her.
I think my mum has been my inspiration. My mum and dad, they've worked really, really hard. Truthfully, Muslim women, no, but Muslim men, yes. And I think that just shows that there aren't any Muslim women out there who are publicly a role model to sort of other aspiring Muslim women, and we need that.
We are very diverse. We come from very diverse backgrounds, not only in terms of ethnic backgrounds, but also in terms of professions, what we are doing, our outlook, our religious ideologies, and also the way we dress as well. We're very, very different, but unfortunately, the media paints one type of image of Muslim women, and that is a Muslim woman that's perhaps oppressed, or a Muslim woman that wears the headscarf. But we are very, very diverse, and normally when media mention Muslim women, in the same breath they're talking about forced marriage and oppression. And yes, these are issues, these are problems, but there's also women that aren't faced with forced marriage, or aren't being oppressed, that are also successful as well.
A lot of people tell you it's not allowed in the religion of Islam, but that's not true. It's more cultural stuff, and the way that women have been brought up, and the fathers or the brothers or the male people in the communities have told them that this is not right for women and this is not right. But actually, if they study Islam further, they'll see that everyone has the right, whether you're a man, woman, child. We can all study and we can all express power of any kind.
I think, if someone feels that they have a dream, they should logistically work out how they can actually achieve that. And if they're not able to do it themselves, don't be shy. Look at people around you. There's always someone that can talk you through the constraints that you feel might be there.
Because the field I happen to be in now is politics, it's a public role, then everybody feels that they can comment on your choices, right or wrong. And so being an Asian woman, I felt that having this public role, people confused it with modesty issues. I'd have people going up to my husband saying, how can you let your wife speak in public? I had my father come up to me and say, what will people say? And, worried about the reputation of the family. These are extra pressures that I think I faced as a Muslim woman that a Muslim man or any other man would not have had to face. Of course, as any woman trying to balance a home life and work life, you always have those challenges. I have 3 fantastic children and I struggle to maintain their rights and the responsibilities I have towards them and my desire to have that time with them because they're my first passion. So there's those challenges, and also those views that people have that all Muslim women are somehow oppressed, suppressed, depressed, and constantly having to face those stereotypes. Say, look, take us for who we are as individuals with different contributions to make. So all of those challenges have definitely been there, but I'm proud that I've embarked on that journey and hopefully it'll open the doors to many other young women to come forward.
Just get out there. There's so many opportunities. There's so many places where if you're looking for a safe environment, there's safe environments for you to come. Have a good time. You're only people. Although religion is obviously one of our biggest parts, plays a really big role in our life. There's so many other parts of life that you kind of miss out on if you're kind of stuck at home or, whatever. And although there is an understanding that people can't get out and people can't do all the things that they want to do, there's always avenues. There's always smaller community groups.
The Muslim women on the list and those that are not both possess an inner power enabling them to make valuable economic and social contributions to British society. Making the film has shown us that such power flowers are active and multitasking their many roles. However, many of the women who have been highlighted by our contributors as inspirational will probably go unnoticed by wider society as ordinary women. Such strong women deserve our praises with or without an award. The challenge now is to bridge the gap between those on the power list and those who are not recognised and work primarily behind the scenes.
Totally unique. Years will pass on by. But will she ever know? Will she ever really know?